Series 2 of Lost in Space on Netflix has been on and consists of 10 episodes, each about an hour in length. Picks up from where the last series left off. I've done a review on that series if anyone's interested, so go back and watch that for comments on that. This series, I think, improves vastly on the first series. The first series had its flaws. This, I guess, fixes them or glosses over them by keeping up a sort of relentless pace. The only episode I felt was a bit of a downer was the first episode, as they were establishing where they were and what was going on. But after that, it just keeps on going. There is never really a moment that you're let up from an action sequence or a disaster or an impending disaster to really think about what's happening and whether any of it makes sense or whether it's the right thing to do. There's even a joke in the last episode from the Don character where he goes, "Is there ever going to be any time for us to think about something properly?" And that kind of sums up the way the series is. What I suppose is a good way to think about it is there's two Netflix space series that are relatively new and going against each other. There's Another Life and there's Lost in Space. And Another Life was crap. This is way better, and when you view it in comparison to that, it lifts it up. The other thing is, watching this with the sort of spectre of the original series in the background, you can see that it's now fully broken away from that. The changes they've made to the Smith character, to the family, all work now a series on. The relationship they've got between Dr. Smith, they've moved off from Will Robinson and put it over to Penny Robinson, which I think works a lot better. In fact, the actress who plays Penny, she is really good in the role. Not to say that the other actors aren't good, but she sort of is a real standout in the series. It's a good 10 episodes of space action adventure. Don't try and think too deeply about any of it because it won't probably make sense. But if you want some almost like 10 action movies stapled together in a row, it's worth watching. The only thing I'll say is it's not really binge worthy. You couldn't watch more than a couple of episodes at a time because it is so sort of full on all the time. It can get exhausting and you can lose interest in it after that point. But when I watched it was, I sort of put an episode or two on an evening, sort of at bedtime, and it was a nice little fix during a sort of poor Christmas schedule of either old movies or repeats. And it sort of filled that gap, and it's an enjoyable watch for that. And it ends on a really good cliffhanger as well. Spoilers, the children and the adults are separated, with the children going through a sort of wormhole to what they think is going to be Alpha Centauri, where they're all meant to be going for colonisation, and they end up back at a Earth that's blown apart and destroyed, with a spaceship there that were thought destroyed many years before, and then you just left. It ends. Hopefully there'll be a third series. Now I really look forward to a third series, whereas before I was indifferent if they made a second. But I think it's sort of finding its feet. With these Netflix shows, the worry is that they never go past a sort of second or third series very often. So I think if they make a third series, they should look to try and conclude a lot of plot lines in order to avoid it just being sort of left hanging for any period of time, or finish it off with a couple of sort of hour-and-a-half movies, specials, if they find that there's budgetary problems or they just want to sort of wrap things up a bit. But I definitely think it's worth watching now, and if you haven't watched it yet, make time to see the second series. If you've got any comments of your own, please feel free to like and subscribe and comment down below. Thanks.